Hey, so I know it's been a while, but I wanted to touch base with everybody and kind of fill you in on, I guess, the kind of things that seem to be occurring as I continue to age. I've been training for decades, and I've said that numerous times, but what I really want to, why I'm like this is because I spent a period of time trying to put on some weight and put on some mass, and I think I was successful. I mean, for a while there, I was pushing 205 pounds, which is ridiculous for somebody my height, and at least 10 pounds over what I would consider the kind of weight I would like to carry on average. Say around 195 pounds. So I got there, but I mean, all good things come to an end. So I decided to stop and basically back off and sort of slow down on my, or attempt to slow down on my diet and make some changes to sort of clean things up a little bit, and it seemed to work because I came down to, I mean, the last time I stepped on a scale, I was at 194. So cruising weight for me. I mean, and I'm only 5'7", so 195 pounds, puts me with a BMI that has me as morbidly obese. I mean, that my BMI says I'm obese, but obviously those numbers are meaningless. So anyway, I was training pretty hard, and the problem that I have encountered the older I get is that I seem to be plagued with injuries. And I'm not talking, I am talking little ones, but also I'm talking major issues, one of which was the pec tear, which I don't know if you can see the scar, and I've shown it to people numerous times, but complete separation of my pectoralis major tendon from my humerus. So it had to be reattached, and a year after it was attached, I competed in a show. I was back to 100%. I was training, pretty consistently, and things were on average about the same for my age at that point, and lighter than it had been in, say, my late 30s or 40s, but still moderately heavy. But now I'm fighting a rotator. I mean, I never thought it would be me, the guy with the bad rotator. But I mean, I'm 58, and I'm still trying to train like I'm, in my 20s. But I'm realistic in the gym anymore. As a matter of fact, I go to Planet Fitness, if that tells you anything. So here I am, the exact thing they don't want in there, going into Planet Fitness, and I can get a decent workout in, and I don't even the only free weight they have in there is dumbbells. The rest of it's all machines with the pin, pull the pin. But recently, what I found interesting was Arnold Schwarzenegger came out in the news and said that he no longer lifts weights. And that might seem extreme, I suppose, to say, or to be him, and to say at 74, I'm not going to lift weights anymore. But to be honest, I'm 58, and I'm telling you that I'm at the edge of that. I mean, I still go in the gym, and regardless of how much it hurts, I push what I think I should be pushing, which is usually more than I should be. But it's catching up with me, and so anybody who's lifting, and I've seen this in numerous articles with people who have been competitive and then who suddenly go into their 50s, especially their late 50s, and suddenly everything hurts. And that's pretty much where I'm at right now, because I can train, but my elbow is chronically, I mean, it hurts chronically, because it was destroyed in 2005, and then I did the pec tendon in 2014, and now I'm at the rotator at 2021. So it's just a series of things that happen, and they're in essence because I train. I don't train like a power lifter. I don't. I'm not going to say I train too heavy, but I mean any moderately heavy training that's done long term, is inevitably going to produce chronic chronic pain. I mean, you're you're going to see damage to your ligaments and your tendons, and more specifically to, if you saw an X-ray of my elbows right now, especially this one, there's no cartilage left on the end of my bones. I mean, there's nothing inside. This is a bone on bone joint anymore. It's it's just bones rubbing together. I mean, just wearing themselves out, and bone spurs and all kinds of things in there. And my arms don't really straighten out, and my fingers don't straighten out. It and it's all from just constantly pushing. Especially with the job that I used to have, fixing cars. So anyway, I got up to 205. I'm down to 195 more or less right now, and so you can almost see some definition. But I tell you what, I got the camera out, which I'm on the phone because apparently my Canon camera crapped out. It's sitting right there, but it's not working. So I had to do it with the phone, and but the camera was working the other night, and what I tried to do was I wanted to take a picture and put it on Instagram, something. And I took 30 photos and couldn't, out of any of those, find one that I thought was worth putting out there for people. I mean, what I'm doing right now is probably not, I'm just, the whole purpose of this channel has been education, and, but also to chronicle, because I've been videotaping for over a decade. I mean, this is, so this is a visualization of what the kind of training that I've been doing, which you can see in my videos. Just watch my videos. That's how I train. Although, in the years prior, when there weren't cell phones and that type of thing around to videotape all this stuff, I was lifting much heavier. But I was a lot younger, and so it was whatever. So anyway, I'm literally disabled at this point. I could train my legs, but that's about it. I trained my back last week, and I can barely get my right arm up. So anyway, those are all things that everyone can expect, I guess, if you are training heavy, moderately heavy to heavy or whatever, and you're doing it long term. There are going to be consequences, so just be aware. Anyway, this is what I achieved in a couple months. I still need to lose some weight. But one thing I wanted to show, as you age, and the thing that bothers me the most is, the texture of your skin. I mean, you see this sort of stuff occurs with aging, like what you got at my elbows, where, the skin's all like crinkly, like crepe paper or something, and I mean, yeah, there's still muscle in there, I guess, but it's unattractive, and it's just like the tissue here, and the in the side here, you can still see it, but it looks older. I don't know how else to describe it. It just looks older. It's still there. There's still shape, but it has aged, and it's not aging well. I mean, this is not working, but there's really not much to be done about it. So anyway, I thought I'd just touch base and let you guys know what was going on. I'm hoping that my camera's not broken and I can get it working, because I'd really like to shoot another video in my gym. But anyway, keep training, and if you have any comments or questions, feel free to ask. So, all right, thanks.